I'm Coach Jamie Dreyer from Overhaul Training, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to release trigger points and get healthy length back into a tight pectoralis major using the Pure Wave, a tennis ball, and some PMF stretches. Using the point stick attachment and your Pure Wave turned off, the first thing we're going to do is find the trigger points. Now, the reason why I like to do this with the Pure Wave turned off is your pec attaches to a lot of different bony spots, and it also goes over your ribs. So to kind of be looking around searching for it and every now and then hitting ribs is not terribly comfortable. So I personally like to search for them like so. I start off with the upper division, which is also called the clavicular division of the pec, right? A lot of people might think of it as the upper, mid, and lower pec. I'm gonna go ahead and find my clavicle, and just below it, and that inch below, is where I'm going to take the point stick and kind of press it around, searching for the tender spots. When I found one, like there, then I turn it on and get the muscle to release a bit. I can spend anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute. Once it's loose, then I go ahead and continue my search. I can now work down to the middle pec, or the sternal division, where all the muscle fibers attach to your sternum. And again, I'm going to use the point stick to kind of search around. When I find, like that, when I find a good one, I turn her on and get it to relax. After I've done the sternal division, we go to the lower pec or costal division, which attaches to the edge of your rib cage and then works its way up. Same thing. Now, once you've gotten trigger points in this region, the next main spot is up here where all these different divisions start to cross over and attach to your humerus. And the best way that I like to look for those is I take the heel of my palm, rest it right here on the xiphoid process, which is the bottom of my sternum, and then from there, take a nice big grab of my pec. And where my fingertips line up is going to be the most popular spot that I can now look for up in this region for some trigger points. Once you find them, you got a good sense where you're looking, get the point stick up there again, search around, and the same thing. You find a sweet spot, crank her up, and let her roar. Then when you're done, move over to the PMF stretches. Now, another tool that you could use is a tennis ball. And you kind of do the same exact thing with the tennis ball that you just did with the point stick on the Pure Wave. You take both hands, you kind of press it in, and rub around looking for those tender spots. When you find it, you can rest on it for a little while, give it a little bit of friction, rub it around, and then move on to the next division. Now let's jump into that PMF stretch. Seeing as your pectoralis major has 3 different divisions, we're going to have to get it from 3 different angles. So the first thing you need to find is something very sturdy to stand next to that you can push into. And it could be a door frame, the corner of a wall, or even a squat rack. It's next to you. Take your forearm, press it into the squat rack or wall, and then step as far as you can to get a nice stretch into that muscle. Now, you'll notice my elbow's low right now, so this is going to be stretching my upper fibers. Squeeze the butt nice and firm abs, take a big breath, and gently press that forearm into the wall for a little contraction into those fibers. Hold it for 5 seconds, then relax the muscle, relax your breathing, and go a little farther into the stretch. You're going to repeat that 3 to 5 times, and then you're going to come back, take the pressure off the muscle, slide it up, and now you're going to get the middle section of the pec, and repeat the same thing. Lean into it, stretch, contract, relax, 3 to 5 times. Come back yet again, slide the arm up, and now we're getting the lower section of the muscle. And you got it. Step forward, stretch, contract, relax. Go ahead, hit the other side. If there's any particular division or side that's tighter than the others, give it an extra set. Releasing trigger points and getting healthy length back into a pectoralis major is crucial for anyone who's trying to correct a forward shoulder posture. The pec usually ends up pulling those shoulders so far forward that until it's released and stretched, it's very difficult to get the types of pulling exercises done properly so that you can start correcting that imbalance. Now remember, when you do the pulling exercises, to actually get the shoulder way back. That's the important part of it. It's not about leaving the shoulder forward and pulling like so, and I see that mistake being made quite often at the gym. Your goal is to focus on strengthening the rhomboids and the middle trapezius to help reinforce the space that you just created in your pec major. I'll see you in the next video.